It's 2025, and I made a commitment to myself that I am going to put forth every effort in everything that God has called me to do, even in the things that I don't want or I have a fear to do. I just know that anything that God is calling us to do in this season, that is the thing that is going to open up the doors, and not just open up doors to opportunities, but open up just new versions of ourselves. And I know this to be true, that there's no way possible that we are going to know who we are other than what we already know, if we don't push past something different, if we don't move out of our comfort zone, if we don't move out of a place that is so familiar, right? And so it's time to move into a new jurisdiction. And I wanted to get on and I wanted to invite each of you to my masterclass, my upcoming masterclass. My fiance and I, we will be hosting a masterclass January the 13th at 6 o'clock p.m. The link will be below in this video. And so we're just so excited about that. But I wanted to jump on and just encourage and inspire those that you are excited, you are amped up about 2025 and everything that you know that God is calling you to do. And for those that have lost their fire and you just want to rekindle something on the inside of you, it just feels like everything is dead. As a matter of fact, if there's ever been a longing where you feel like there's a need for change, and it could be something as simple as just engaging in different activities to get out of your comfort zone. It could be changing your appearance. It could be relocating to a different city or changing your profession, any of those things. However, what I do want us to take notice to, if you are one of those people that have already made those type of changes in your life, right? And you've made those alterations, but yet you still feel like something is missing. And so along the way, you find that you just become this superfluous being. And you just keep making these changes. And some of the changes, if we can just be honest, they're unnecessary changes because there's a feeling there of wanting more, needing to do more, or something is missing. I'm empty. I'm yielding to something, but I don't quite know what it is. Well, let me tell you, because there's a bigger purpose to it. Sometimes we get so caught up in the mundane things of our lives, the common things that we can figure out with our own common wisdom and knowledge, but we are also spiritual beings, right? Think about it. If you were keeping a baby, you were babysitting 24 hours, and you went 24 hours without changing a child's diaper. It could be your own child. You went without changing this diaper for 24 hours. Baby, that diaper is going to form like this nauseating odor, and not only will it just form a nauseating odor, it is also going to be agitating to the baby. It's going to be very irritating to the baby. So that's what happens. We think there is so small, and it's the smallest details that making these alterations based off of everything that we can do in our own strength, in our own wisdom, in our own knowledge. But then there are some things that just comes with a divine perspective, right? And I think we forget that sometimes there are things that just we can't make sense of with our own common wisdom and knowledge. So it's so important just to prioritize a relationship with God. And I made the point of the soiled diaper simply because when there's a part of us that we're not taking care of, there's a part of us that we're not managing well, then that's exactly how our spirit feels. It feels agitated. There's this nauseating odor, and we just keep trying to do things in a natural sense just to make sense of things and put the puzzle together. If that is you, I want you to click the link at the bottom of this video, and I want you to join this masterclass because you are going to find treasure. You are going to find answers as to what your purpose is, how to reignite your purpose. You are going to find out how to elevate your life in every aspect. You are going to, we're going to talk about hidden truths. This is so wow, the things that I want to share about hidden truths, because you may be one that you are following everything by the book. making sure that you get something done and you've accomplished some things, you achieved some things, but something is still not working out right. There are some deep hidden truths that has to be revealed in this season so that we can be elevated, so that we can go forth. And I'm just so excited about sharing those things. And you will be so surprised at the things that we take for granted and the smaller details that have such a huge impact on our lives and literally control the trajectory of our path. And we just want to put a stop to that, because everyone needs to know what it is, what jurisdiction that you were called to. Everybody have this specific influence that they are called to, and you need to know what it is, because you don't have to be doing what everybody else is doing. You don't have to jump on a fad. You don't have to jump on a trend, baby. You just need to be you, and you need to be operating in the jurisdiction in which you were created for, to do the things that you were created to do, to say the things that you were created to say. Can you imagine somebody trying to be you and deliver a message, or to steward a role or a mission that you were called to? Then they will find that people are angry with them. People are not accepting them. That's because it's not their jurisdiction, right? And sometimes when we're doing things out of our jurisdiction, we're doing things out of our lane, we create spiritual challenges for ourselves as well as physical challenges. So you need to know what is your lane, or what is holding you back, what is hindering you, what is blocking you. I made all these changes in my life and everything still seems to be mundane. I am here to tell you that I have some exciting news for you. You are getting ready to make a major shift in your life. And I'm so excited that I am included on this major shift. And is it always easy? Absolutely not. But I also understand that I have to align my mindset to know that everything is not easy. But just because it's not easy, and just because it appears that all the odds are against me, does not necessarily mean that the odds are against me. I need those things. Why? So that I can push forward. I need those things to strengthen me in every different area of my life. Otherwise, how am I going to get to the things that I desire, the things that I dream of, the goals that I set for my life, for my family, for my loved ones, for my community, for my tribe? There's a passion inside of me to rekindle and awaken something in you. And I am going to step into my fullest potential. See, I had to go through a season of transformation where I was bold enough to say what need to be said. I was bold enough to do what needed to be did and still be understood, because I understand that it is for your good. And when I understand that, then I don't take it personal. I'm not trying to get someone to understand. I'm not trying to impede on what you believe in or what you don't believe in. I'm staying in my lane. I'm staying in my jurisdiction, and I'm in an alignment with the will that God has already orchestrated for my life. And that's to awaken something in you, and that's to rekindle something in you so that you can elevate to your highest potential, baby. So that the doors of opportunities that you've been dreaming about, you've been setting goals for, you probably went and you've accomplished things in regards to making sure that the things are made manifest in your life that you've been believing God for. If I tell you that it's just been these little hitting trinkets that's been hindering us and that's been stopping us, some of the things that we often take for granted, it is going to elevate us so far, and we'll realize like why our lives have been delayed. And it could be in different various reasons, for various factors, for many people. All of us have something different going on. It could be your marriage, it could be your business, it could be your finances, it could be just dealing with yourself, it could be parenting, it could be friendship, it could be dealing with different people on the job, it could be just building a relationship with God. Or again, sometimes we can do everything so good with everybody else, but when it comes to yourself, maybe it's really getting to know you. And that's the key thing in this season. You got to know who you are. You got to know what's for you. You got to know what's not for you. You got to know when you're just being challenged and not thinking that the world is against you, that everybody is against you. Sometimes the odd is at work on the inside of you. And you need to know that purpose is only fulfilled when you know who you are, when you know the power that you possess, when something is awakened inside of you and it's been there all along. You've been looking for it in mundane places, in mundane people, but it's been there and it's been preserved. That means that there's nothing can taint what God has woven on the inside of you. I know you hear people say, oh, there's greatness on the inside of you. Oh, you have something powerful on the inside of you. But we are going to go deeper as to what that greater is, as to what that power is on the inside of you. Getting to know who you are and the image that you were made in. I know that we have traits from our parents, genetic things from our parents, but there's something about you that was given to you as an individual that sets you apart from anybody in the world. And that's that thing that you need to know. You need to ride on that wave, because that is what is going to elevate you. That is what is going to take you to a higher realm, to get to know who you are, to get to know yourself. Can you imagine that you've been in this world all this time and there's still something about you that you don't know, that you haven't tapped into, and there's been possessions around you and you feel like, I've done a lot in my life. But baby, you've done a lot, but we're getting ready to reach a higher peak in our life. We're getting ready to reach this peak where you felt like there's no provision, there's no resource. Can I tell you, baby, all you got to do is reach up on the shelf. It's right there. But there was something that was holding you hostage, holding your hands hostage, that was holding your mindset hostage, that was holding your heart hostage, that was holding every muscle in your body hostage when you needed these things. You needed these things to work together for you, for your good. Right? And so I'm just so excited about 2025. I've been sharing, with people that for years how I set New Year's resolutions, and I think that is a phenomenal thing that we need to continue to do that, but also be mindful of the seasons that you are in, how to be present in the season that you're in, so that you will know what goals to set and then what things to achieve, because sometimes the resolutions that we're setting for ourselves, those are our wants, and we are neglecting our needs. And if you're neglecting your needs, then you're neglecting your ability to elevate. You're neglecting your ability to soar. You're neglecting you keep delaying things. You keep denying yourself the opportunity to soar. And we keep signing up for our wants. But when we take care of our needs, that's when we tap into our power. And we are no longer just this superfluous being that's just doing unnecessary things. We are really moving and operating in the way that we should. You know how when you get a new car, it's riding smooth, baby. This is an advanced thing, and how things are upgraded. Right, that's the way you're supposed to feel, even when there's a whole lot going on around you. And the reason why you can have that type of peace is because of your mindset has shifted, and there has been an upgrade in your mindset. There's no mundane thinking, there's no mundane emotions. We understand that those things are packed under our feet. We pack those things up and put them away, because if we're moving into a new era, then everything about us has to become new. Yes, I see the body, but baby, that can be transformed too. But I'm saying the internal things. These things have to be updated, because it is your mind that you need, your organs, all of these things on the inside, this transformative. Baby, it's like signing up for an academy. I'm changing everything because I've made a conscious decision that I want everything that God has for me. And because I want everything that God has for me, that includes you. That's what purpose looks like. If I'm doing everything for myself, I'm self-centered, then I'm not operating in purpose, because you got to get excited about what you have the potential to do for others. This thing is way bigger than just setting a goal for yourself, than just setting a achievement for your household. It's so much bigger. And sometimes I think that's what scares people, that this thing can overwhelm you, right? But if we're going to allow stress to overwhelm us, we're going to allow disappointment to overwhelm us, why not let this good thing that's already been orchestrated, that's already been ordained before we clocked in on earth, why not have this being overwhelmed by joy, being overwhelmed by something that we could not even imagine, something that we couldn't even articulate or put into words. That's the type of that's how I want to be overwhelmed. That's how I want to feel. That's how I want to be moving in 2025. Never mind all the chatter. Never mind all of the opinions, baby. This is not a democracy. We're talking about a God that transcends over democracy. We're talking about a God that transcends over opinions and different advice that sound all good, smooth as butter. Because we're talking about a God that can do divine things. Don't forget that you are a spiritual being as well. Why do you pray? We pray to God because we don't have all of the answers, right? Why do we read God's word? Because we know that all the time we don't know which way to go, what decisions to make. And sometimes the decisions that we make, they are not informed decisions. They are based off of our own knowledge. Then we become disappointed. And what do we say? Well, I prayed to God and I made this decision. Keyword, I made. Just because you prayed, it does not mean go ahead of God and just make this decision and assume that this is a God decision. Sometimes our decisions they just don't make sense. The things that God wants us to do. And you're looking like, God, are you trying to set me up? But God is an infinite God. He knows what you do not know. And so there again, I'm so excited about what is about to transpire in our lives in 2025. And I can guarantee you that when you leave and exit this masterclass, that your life is going to change tremendously. I love you guys. Y'all go and click that link and y'all join me January the 13th, 2025 at 6 o'clock p.m. Sign up. I love you guys. Peace out.